At last, things got so bad that the master gave Tom the sack, and if he hadn't, all the rest of the lads would have sacked him, for they swore they'd not stay on the same garth with Tom. Well, naturally Tom felt bad. 'Twas a very good place, and good pay too, and he was fair mad with Yallery Brown, as he got him into such a trouble. So Tom shook his fist in the air and called out as loud as he could, "Yallery Brown, come from the mules, thou scamp! I want thee!" You'll scarce believe it, but he'd hardly brought out the words but he felt something tweaking his leg behind, while he jumped with the smart of it, and soon as he looked down, there was the titty thing, with his shining hair, and wrinkled face, and wicked grinning black hind. Tom was in a fine rage, and he would have liked to have kicked him, but 'twas no good, there wasn't enough of it to get his boot against. But he said, "Look here, master, I'll thank thee to leave me alone after this, dost hear? I want none of thy help, and I'll have naught more to do with thee." See now, the horrid thing broke into a screeching laugh, and pointed its brown finger at Tom. "Ho, ho, Tom," says he, "thou oos thanked me, my lad, and I told thee not, I told thee not, I don't want thy help, I tell thee." Tom yelled at him, "I only want never to see thee again, and to have naught more to do with thee, thou can go." The thing only laughed and screeched and mocked, as long as Tom went on swearing, but so soon as his breath gave out, "Tom, my lad," he said with a grin, "I'll tell thee summat, Tom, true's true, I'll never help thee again, and call as thou wilt, thou'lt never see me after today, but I never said that I'd leave thee alone, Tom, and I never will, my lad. I was nice and safe under the stone, Tom, and could do no harm, but thou let me out thyself, and thou can't put me back again. I would have been thy friend and worked for thee if thou had been wise, but since thou be'st no more than a born fool, I'll give thee no more than the born fool's luck, and when all goes vice versa, and everything agey, thou'lt mind that it's Yallery Brown's doing the map and thou doesn't see him, mark my words, will he?" And he began to sing, dancing round Tom, like a baron with his yellow hair, but looking older than ever with his grinning wrinkled bit of a face. "Work as thou will, thou'lt never do well, work as thou mayst, thou'lt never gain grist, for harm and mischance in Yallery Brown, thou oos let out thyself from under the stone." Tom could never rightly mind what he said next. 'Twas all cussing and calling down misfortune on him, but he was so mazed and fright that he could only stand there shaking all over, and staring down at the horrid thing, and if he had gone on long, Tom would have tumbled down in a fit. But by and by, his yaller shining hair rose up in the air, and wrapped itself around him till he looked for all the world like a great dandelion puff, and it floated away on the wind over the wall and out o' sight, with a parting skirl of wicked voice and sneering laugh. And did it come true, say'st thou, my word? But it did, sure as death. He worked here and he worked there, and turned his hand to this and to that, but it always went agey, and 'twas all Yallery Brown's doing, and the children died, and the crops rotted, the beasts never fatted, and nothing ever did well with him, until he was dead and buried, and mappin' even afterwards, there was no end to Yallery Brown's spite at him. Day in and day out he used to hear him saying, "Work as thou wilt, thou'lt never do well, work as thou mayst, thou'lt never gain grist, for harm and mischance in Yallery Brown, thou oos let out thyself from under the stone."